Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name is Matt Morris. We are live right now on YouTube as well as on Rumble. Boy, howdy, is it going to be a night. Tonight is the State of the Union presidential national address. President Trump is going to get on up in front of the podium and address the nation and tell us how things are going. It has been a year since he conducted the last State of the Union national address. A lot has happened. There was a lot to talk about. In fact, right now we are going live about 30 minutes before President Trump is set to come on out and officially address all of us, because we have some breaking information, some breaking news to cover. A lot has happened between this morning's live broadcast and where we are right now. So we're going live a little bit early to break some stuff down. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, it is expected that anywhere from 50 to 100 million people around the world are expected to tune into President Trump's address, somewhere between 50 and 100 million people. So when we say that not just the entire nation, but the entire world, or a huge portion of the world, is sort of sitting on the edge of their seat right now, waiting to see what Trump is going to say, we are not being exaggeratory or hyperbolic. A lot of people are tuning in tonight. And sort of, the rumor mill is swirling. Is President Trump going to talk about UFOs and aliens, as some people are speculating? Is President Trump going to blow the whistle and present proof and evidence that the 2020 election was stolen, or that the Democrats attempted to interfere with the 2016 presidential election, or the 2024 presidential election? I don't know. Listen, who knows? It's going to be a very eventful night. In fact, a lot of people right now are speculating that President Trump is going to announce his plan for Iran. What are we doing with Iran? In fact, I've seen some people speculating that Trump is going to actually give the order to let the bombs start dropping or flying mid-speech, that Trump is going to kick off an Iranian bombing campaign mid-national address. I don't know. And so here we are today. Here we are, all of the above, checking all of the boxes. Here's what I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to watch the entire state of the, what's it called? What is it called? The State of the Union. Hello, the State of the Union national address. We're going to watch the entire thing. Right now, people are speculating that this is going to be a speech anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. We've got inside sources saying that this is going to be the longest State of the Union national address ever delivered. I believe the record so far is about an hour and a half long. And so this is going to be 2 to 3 hours long, allegedly. So anyway, we're going to watch the entire thing together here as a community. And then after the fact, we're going to take this broadcast into overtime, and we're going to do a bit of a comprehensive breakdown. Whatever Trump announces, whatever he talks about, we are going to give the professional, well, really the unprofessional, frankly, the unprofessional diagnosis, and we're going to break it all down after the fact. So this might end up being, ladies and gentlemen, like a 4-hour-long show. I told my wife, hey, sweetie, about 90 minutes into this thing, I want you to order some pizza. We're going to have pizza halfway through. I hope you guys have popcorn, maybe some drinks. It's going to be one of those nights. It's going to be one hell of a show. Okay? Now, like I said, a lot has happened between this morning broadcast and where we are now. President Trump's State of the Union, our future is bright, is the theme of the national address. Now, I think he's going to be spending a lot of time talking about the economy, but more as well. We have breaking news as of just a couple minutes ago. Take a look at this. Baron Trump, as well as all of the other Trumps, have been spotted. This is at the White House, right outside the Oval Office, actually. You have all the Trumps, Ivanka, you have the two sons, Eric, and you've got Barron, and you've got Don Jr., and you have Tiffany Trump. So they're all there. Good Lord, this boy is tall. He must be 22 or 21 on the left, Barron Trump. He must be tall. We also, I thought this was very cool. During Tuesday night's State of the Union national address, House Speaker Mike Johnson is going to actually display the gavel used by George Washington to lay the cornerstone of the U.S. Capitol building in 1793. How cool is that? And this is according to the U.S. Capitol Historic Society. The gavel is housed in the oldest Masonic lodge in Washington, D.C. Okay, so it's a Masonic gavel. Wow, those Masons are all over the place. Well, look at this thing. George Washington's gavel will be displayed. So it's going to be right up behind Trump. I mean, look at this thing is beautiful, immaculate. Look at that. Wow. I've never seen this before in my life. It looks like it has almost some signatures etched into the blunt face of the gavel here, made out of marble. Astounding. Beautiful. So we'll see that tonight. Now, we also got the news here. Today, some Democrats are allegedly planning to bring illegal aliens as guests to the State of the Union National Address here. I kid you not. Once again, they are putting illegal aliens above the safety of American citizens. This is reported by the DHS. The official government DHS page said 4 hours ago that they caught wind. Democrats are planning on bringing illegal aliens as guests. Now, if memory serves, fact check me on this. Every single congressional House rep and senator, they get to bring one guest each, I believe is how it works. And so some of the Democrats are planning on bringing with their guest, you get a +1. Everybody gets a +1, bringing illegal aliens. And you know what? At first I saw this, I said, wow, the disrespect. How dare they? And then I started thinking to myself, I said, you know what? I hope the Democrats bring every damn illegal alien in the entire country. I hope they bring them all. I hope they bring all 50 million. Bring all of them. Bring them all. And then we have them all in the same place. And we say, ICE, okay, ICE, right there, all of them, 50 million of them, courtesy of the Democrats, served up on a silver platter. Brought them all to D.C. All right, now get them out of here. So you know what? Hey, we've got ICE for a reason. We can do live deportations on C-SPAN. Live on C-SPAN tonight. Astounding. We also got the news. More than 70, I believe the number is 73, House Democrats and one independent have announced that they will be skipping President Trump's State of the Union address tonight. And that number continues to rise as additional lawmakers join the boycott. Some of the Democrats are boycotting. I know there are some senators, Democrat senators as well. I saw 6 of them, I believe, maybe more, and a bunch of House Democrats. They are boycotting the State of the Union. They're going to be doing their own. They're doing their own shindig outside, I believe, in front of the Lincoln Memorial, one of the memorials in Washington, D.C. They're putting on their own broadcast. They're calling it the real State of the Union. They're saying, hey, nobody, tune in. We're boycotting President Trump's fake State of the Union. Nobody cares what Trump has to say. Instead, come and watch our real State of the Union, as they're calling it. That's how they're marketing this outside on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial or whatever. And they're going to be broadcasting it on YouTube. And the reason why is because they are a bunch of petulant, toddler, crybaby losers. Frankly, like that's the best way to put that. They're going to go out there and have a struggle session, go have a tantrum. So there's that. And we have a little Fox News report actually talking about that. By the way, the State of the Union is starting off in 20 minutes. Do we have the official? Oh, we've got some people starting to show up here. Well, let's tune into this here just for a moment. There's Senator Kennedy, Republican. Everybody important. There's Anna Paulina Luna. All right. There's Tim Burchett, House Representative Tim Burchett and Paulina Luna. They're good friends. They're out there on the floor. Everybody's funneling in. Okay. Well, we've got some more to talk about before this thing officially starts in about 20 minutes. Something I'd like to show you here. Where was this? Here it is.
There might be quite a few empty seats in the room when this thing kicks off tonight. At last check, we are now up to 73 congressional Democrats who have announced they're going to boycott this speech tonight, and Republicans have been blasting him for it. We caught up with Florida Senator Rick Scott earlier. He made the point that he went to all of President Biden's speeches, even though he said he thought they were horrible and that he was wrecking the country. He says that's not the point. The point is you respect the office. So out of those 73 Democrats who aren't showing up tonight, there's a couple dozen that are actually going to the nearby National Mall where they're going to hold their own rally. They're calling it the, quote, People's State of the Union. It's going to be hosted by former MSNBC host Joy Reid.
I didn't know that. That is news to me. I did not know that. Well, isn't that just the funniest damn thing you've heard all day? Joy Reid and a bunch of congressional Democrats are going. are having their own State of the Union that you just know nobody is going to watch it. Nobody is watching this. This is effectively a Trump derangement syndrome rally is what it is.
And it's going to be sponsored by a couple progressive groups. I guess the idea behind that is they think they're going to counter program President Trump's speech tonight. Then you have a bunch of Democrats who are here tonight but say they're showing up begrudgingly. We heard Minnesota Congresswoman Angie Craig say today that she would, quote, rather stick forks in her eyes than show up here and listen to President Trump speak. But she says she is going to show up because it's the people's house. We heard Hakeem.
This is, okay, if you were curious what Trump derangement syndrome means, this is Trump derangement syndrome. I hate Trump so much, I'd rather stick forks in my eyes. Ah! And then she shows up anyway. And then she actually shows up anyway with forks sticking out of her eye sockets. So, yeah, so this is peak, quintessential Trump derangement syndrome.
Hakeem Jeffries kind of take a similar line of thinking, saying he is going to show up. It's the people's house, and quote, you don't let people run you off your block. He said for the Democrats in the House who are showing up tonight, there's an expectation of them that they will be, quote, silently defiant. Now, there are Democrats who are bringing an assortment of guests tonight. Some of them are bringing victims of Jeffrey Epstein or family members of those victims. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota is bringing two people who were arrested by ICE during Operation Metro Surge.
Please, God, deport all three of them. Whoever those two people, the two guests, and Ilhan Omar, all three of them, please, God, let ICE deport all three of them. That would be so funny. And the reason why, God, is because it would be hilarious. Please let that happen. This is just, these people are so pathetic, right?
On the other side of the coin, you got Texas Senator John Cornyn, a Republican, bringing the Border Patrol Union president. And then in more of a bipartisan manner, you've got the Iowa delegation of Congress showing up here with the family members of those two fallen Iowa National Guard soldiers who were killed in December, killed in action in Syria.
Now, this was, if you remember back about a year ago during Trump's last State of the Union national address, we had Democrat Congressional House Rep Al Green. He looks like a little munchkin. If you don't remember, can I pull up a picture? Production, we got to pull up a picture. Al Green. He looks like a little munchkin. There he is. He looks like a caveman. He looks more like a caveman, like a little munchkin caveman. If you remember last time, this is him right here. There he is, this iconic photo. This is during the last State of the Union national address. He got up. Trump was speaking. It was mid-speech. And Al Green got up and he was having a meltdown. He was shaking his cane. And so they ended up kicking him out. They had to kick this guy out because he couldn't contain himself. Total meltdown. Now, this time, I believe that Al Green is one of these Trump derangement syndrome Democrats that is boycotting. He's boycotting the State of the Union address. So he's not going to be here, probably for the best. He doesn't know how to control his own emotions or his behavior. He's like a 3-year-old. I have a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old little boy, and they both can behave themselves better than Al Green. This Neolithic hominid is what he is. I don't even know what he is. Anyway, so that's another component here. Now we have little funny update. Democrats from 13 states boycotted all of Abraham Lincoln's State of the Union national addresses when he was busy freeing their slaves. Fun little American history lesson here. So I guess this is what the Democrats enjoy doing, is boycotting national addresses. They boycotted all of Abraham Lincoln's. Now we've got security in Washington, D.C. is on complete and total lockdown. We're going to play this video real quick. Put this up on the big screen here. This is one of the freeways running into the city. So you've got all these cops. We had the presidential motorcade drive on in here. And so this is not the presidential motorcade. We had a different video of that. This is just a bunch of security, Capitol Police security right here, getting set up. This city is on lockdown. And I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, because pretty much every single, most important politician in the country on the left and the right is in the same building, same place, same time, And so they're all driving in here. Makes sense. Lock it down. Security is the most important thing. The Trump administration, we got this news. In fact, I wanted to share this with you because Trump might talk about this tonight. Look at this. Good news. I think a lot of you are going to like this. The Trump administration is considering requiring banks to collect proof of citizenship from their customers, which would mean turmoil for non-American citizens. This is something that a lot of us over here on the right, on the far right, have been calling for the banks to start discriminating against illegal aliens. Right now, if you're an illegal alien in the US, you can make a bank account, you can have your money in Chase Bank or whatever, and you can sort of function as an everyday American. You can have a bank account, a debit card, a credit card. The Trump administration is considering right now, breaking news about 2 hours ago, signing an executive order shutting that down. If you want a bank account in this country, you need to either be a legal resident, prove it, or a US citizen, prove it. Let's go. Let's go. This is the type of stuff we want to see. So Trump might sort of like officially announce this tonight. That's great news. We're looking to see that. We had the U.S. hockey team. How long do we have? 12 minutes. We've got some time. There's Vice President J.D. Vance, House Speaker. I was going to say, we know the U.S. hockey team is a sort of special guests for the night. They're going to be in attendance here. Great American Patriots, this U.S. hockey team. Something I'd like to show you real quick while everybody's funneling into I believe this is actually the Senate chamber. This is not the Congressional House chamber. Right now, we are inside of the Senate chamber. You can tell the carpet is blue. That's how you tell them apart. Now, something I wanted to show you here. Look at this. This is the U.S. Olympic hockey team goalie. Earlier today, he took a photo with the Secretary of Defense plaque. He is. I thought this was funny. He's the Secretary of Defense. He's the best goalie. What are you doing? He's conducting defense. Good for them. The champions are in the house. They met with President Trump in the Oval Office about 3 hours ago. They were shaking hands. They took some photos in the Oval Office. Great for them. So they are in special attendance here today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while we have a moment, while we are waiting for everyone to funnel on in to the Senate chamber here, there is something a little bit more serious that I would like to talk about with you guys today. Earlier on in today's broadcast, we were talking about how, I believe it was at 3 in the afternoon, maybe 2 in the afternoon, Marco Rubio met with a group of 8 senior ranking House representatives and senators, members of the House Intelligence Community and Committee and Senate Intelligence Committee. Well, they had that meeting this afternoon, and as it would turn out, the topic of that meeting was about Iran. And right now, people are speculating that Trump is going to be talking a lot about Iran tonight. Chuck Schumer, who was in this meeting earlier this afternoon with Marco Rubio, actually sort of very briefly gave his thoughts about what he heard in this meeting. Take a listen.
This is serious, and the administration has to make its case to the American people.
What did you hear?
So coming out of that meeting, this is what Chuck Schumer had to say. It was a briefing about highly classified intelligence about Iran and what's going on with Iran. This is what Chuck Schumer had to say coming out of it.
This is serious, and the administration has to make its case to the American people.
What did you?
So Chuck Schumer says it's very serious. And this is curious behavior from Chuck Schumer, because you know Chuck Schumer absolutely hates Trump and takes every single chance or opportunity he has to attack Trump or, throw shade at Trump. That's not what he did here. What Chuck Schumer said is this is very serious, and Trump has to make his case to the American people. Mike Warner, vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, here he is. He was in this meeting as well earlier today, was stopped by reporters outside the Gang of Eight briefing he received from Secretary of State Marco Rubio and CIA Director John Ratcliffe on Iran and the Islamic Republic. Same meeting earlier today. Warner, per audio I just heard, called it an extraordinary and serious time. He added, I think it's incumbent upon the president to make the case that what our country's goals are and what our countered interests are and how we're going to protect American interests in the region. Maybe we'll hear that tonight, but if we don't hear it tonight, we need to hear it very, very, very soon. So it seems like some very serious, perhaps concerning intelligence was discussed at this meeting earlier today. Whatever Rubio showed Democrats behind closed doors seemed to have humbled them. They all came out looking stone-faced and returned to civilized demands to make their case to the American people. In other words, Trump has good reason for what he's doing. The Democrats just can't openly admit it without their supporters turning on them. Very curious development with this situation with Iran. We also heard a little snippet here from Douglas McGregor, who's a retired Army colonel. I think a lot of you know who this is. He said just 5 hours ago, the decision has been made. The president, the secretary of war, and their senior military advisors become convinced that the air and missile campaign will compel the opponent, that's Iran, to submit to Washington's demands. Get ready, is what he said. Okay, so like I said right now, a lot of people are speculating that Iran tonight is going to be a very big topic at this State of the Union national address, that Trump is going to kind of make his case as to why this is very important, why this is very concerning, and why something has to be done. So we will see. Time will tell. Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump is set to come on out here in 7 minutes, which means, I think what that means is that we probably have just enough time to knock some of these super chats out. And like I said here, folks, after the State of the Union here, we are going to do a comprehensive recap, breaking down everything that has been discussed, trying to make sense of everything that Trump says here tonight. And we do have a couple super chats. In fact, we've got a lot of super chats here. Okay, we've got a minute here. We can go through some of these. Let me bring that right over there. Excellent. Okay, let's put this up on the screen. Once again, hey, everyone, thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you for being here. If you're new, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe on Rumble as well as on YouTube. Let's take a look at this. You can see House Speaker Mike Johnson and JD Vance up there. First super chat right here. Good Lord, where are we? Here we are. Is from Greg Wick. He says, I keep hearing about people talking about boycotting the State of the Union. Apparently, a lot of liberals refuse to watch it. I wonder if it's because liberal leaders don't want people to know something. I would imagine. I saw a poll earlier today that said only 18% of Democrat voters plan on watching this thing tonight. 57% of Republican voters plan on watching this. So a lot of Democrats, they're just, it's Trump. I don't want to watch it. And I think they're really taking their, they're listening to the advice from their elected leadership. The Democrat establishment has said, hey, don't watch it. And so a lot of them are not watching it. I think if anybody should be watching this thing, it's Democrats. It might open their eyes a little bit. We got to get these people out of their propaganda bubble. Now, I at this point, I'm going to just leave this up on the big screen here. We will continue to go through super chats. These are our Supreme Court justices. I would like to watch everybody kind of funnel on into the building here. Supreme Court justices. We are not so happy with some of them right now. We are not exactly the happiest. We had some, dare I say, traitors recently issued a very bad ruling. Now, I will continue going through super chats, but I am going to have this up on the big screen. We have a super chat here from Patricia Luna. Thank you, ma'am. Says, watching the GOAT with the Morse Force, Red Letter Day. Thank you for being here, Patricia Luna. It's going to be a great evening, I hope. I am very excited for what we are about to hear tonight. I think we're going to get a lot of very good information. Maybe some breaking news, never before heard information. It's going to be a pretty big night. Big night. Obi-Wan Dragonborn, thank you, sir. Thank you. Matthew Bernier, he says, friendly conservative Canadian watching from the frozen north. Go America. Shout out the good Canadians. I know a lot of, listen, there are good Canadians out there. A lot of them, in fact. Thank you very much, sir. Shout out the Canadians. Anthony Black, he says, this address puts everyone on notice. President Trump is up to bring the good noise and make America greater again. Thanks for all you do. I am praying, I think a lot of us are, I am praying that Trump drops the receipts, drop the proof that the 2020 election was stolen, that they tried to do the same thing in 2024. Talk about the Obama-era Russia collusion hoax. Shine a light on all of it. Expose all of it. There's Randy Fine. We've got some guests up there in the top. That is Usha Vance. That's JD Vance's wife. There is son-in-law. Why am I blank? Dude, it's been a long day. Why am I blanking on his name? Kushner, Jared Kushner. Everybody's in the house tonight. Sorry, it's been a long day. We have Pat Powell. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. 420, thank you, sir, for the super chat. Milkman just said, Barron started college. He's 6'8". That is one tall boy. That boy is tall. I'm doing my best to get through the super chats here before I need to shut my mouth. Scruff, $50 Rumble rant. He says, thanks for all you do, Matt, giving me the news, some newsworthy content on my hour-plus long commute into Boston in the wee hours of the morning. Never occurred to me people are listening on their daily commute. Hey, just drive safe, sir. Don't look at your phone. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You don't want to crash into somebody like an Indian truck driver. God forbid. Thank you very much. That's a massive one, too. Thank you. We've got someone else coming in here. We've got the two Trump boys. Oh, there's the First Lady coming on in. There she is. The FLOTUS. Somebody said they see Erica Kirk. Do you see Erica Kirk? That's Tiffany Trump. That's Ivana Trump. We've got FLOTUS. Melania. Super chat from... Oh, hold up.
Mr. Speaker,
I
the
think
President's cabinet.
I think we might need to hold off on the super chats now here, folks. Here comes the cabinet. We've got Bessent. We've got Rubio. He disappeared. Where'd Rubio go? There he is. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. You see Kennedy back there in the back. You see Brooke Rollins, Secretary of Agriculture. You see Pam Bondi, Attorney General Pam Bondi. You see Doug Burgum, Secretary of Energy. You see Witkoff. He's just doing everything these days. Special Emissary Witkoff. You've got... Who else? Who else have we got here? Everybody should be here. Do we see Kristi Noem? Haven't seen Kristi Noem yet. Everybody's in the house. Oh, look at that. Hey, it's Shri Thanadar. You see him just right... Look at that. It's Shri Thanadar. Probably one of our most incompetent congressional representatives who can barely speak English. Probably can barely read English. There he is. Look at this little goblin. Everybody's out here shaking hands. Yep, there's Pam Bondi. There's Chuck Schumer. He crawled out of a chasm this morning. There's a top brass. Supreme Court justices. Raising Cain. One of the conspiracies right now is that halfway through this speech, President Trump is going to say a code word. Turkey, 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 whatever the code word is. And that is going to kick off this, this dynamic, whatever you want to call it, in Iran. That Trump is going to say a word, whatever that code word is, and then the bombers will take flight. Fighter jets will take flight. Who knows? I think that's probably a little bit much, personally. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. What do I know? It could be the case. You never know. Turkey pot pie. Turkey pot pie. The order has been given. Drop coordinates. Turkey pot pie. And this guy must be a World War II vet. You can tell this guy's been around. Good Lord. Oh, there's Washington's gavel right there. Look at that. Bottom right. Look at that. That's a piece of American history right there. Astounding. Oh, there's Kristi Noem. There she is. And also I see a Tulsi Gabbard shaking hands with Anna Paulina Luna and Burchett. Burchett and Anna Paulina Luna, as far as I'm concerned, they're some of the big Republican congressional superstars. They are doing their job. They are doing their job. Good for them. I'm a big fan of Burchett. Dadgummit. There's Ross Vogt, director of the Office of Management and Budget. They call him the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper. His house actually got attacked recently by a far-left freak, would-be assassin. These far-leftists are losing their mind. It just keeps happening again and again and again. Here's our vice president. That's one hell of a tie. He's got... This is a Trump tie. Look at that. You can see Trump's face on that thing. There's Susie Wiles, Chief of Staff. They call her the Ice Queen. We lost her now, though. Lost her now. We're going to have to get to the Super Chats after the show here, folks, I believe. So look at this. This is Chuck Schumer shaking hands and smiling with Sean Duffy, Transportation Secretary. Sean Duffy went up and said, "Hey, Chuck Schumer, how you doing, pal? How you doing, buddy?" Just being a nice guy, even though, frankly, they probably hate each other. They probably hate each other. There's Senator Cotton. You've got them all. You got all the superstars in here. This room is filling up, isn't it? Undeniably so. We might have a minute. Maybe I can bang out some of these super chats. Justin's product reviews, 10 gifted YouTube memberships. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. The Supreme Court justices are here. Well, I only saw 4 of them. You can see 5 of them. No, 4. Right here. There's Barrett Kavanaugh. There's Chief Justice Roberts. And whatever the hell her name is. Far-left radical anti-Trumper. Where's the hockey team? The hockey team, I would imagine, if they're... Oh, there's Erica Kirk. There she is. Yeah, somebody said Erica Kirk. There's Maria Bartiromo from Fox News up there. There's Kushner. I would suspect the hockey team is going to be up top. They're going to put them up in the nosebleeds. I think on the floor is for politicians. And then up top is for sort of special guests. I'm seeing if anybody else pops out here. Oh, we're banging around.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, folks. There he is. The man of the hour. Well, I mean, probably man of the next 3 hours. We've heard that Trump might be delivering a 2 to 3 hour long speech. Everybody wants to shake hands with the president. Look at that. Oh, look who it is. Senate Majority Leader John Thune. Hey, Thune. Imagine that, John Thune actually stepping foot on the Senate floor. I never thought I'd see the day. There he is. I never thought I'd see the day. And there's President Trump. There's Emmer. He's going to knock it out of the park, I'm sure. I'm sure. Trump, that is. That woman is very intense. Okay, okay. All right, ma'am. Okay. There is Shri. I just can't get over this guy. There's Shri Thanadar in the back. Uh-huh. Ah, it's Al Green. Al Green right there on the floor, looking to shake hands with Trump. Oh, he's got some stupid sign. Look at that. Look at that. He just ripped it in half. Rip it in half, buddy. Get out of here. This guy can't help himself. Al Green is just such a loser. Such a loser. Couldn't help himself. Chief Justice Roberts. Yeah, you know they're not happy. And she hates him. Kavanaugh, American hero. I'm sorry, hold up. Did he shake her hand? I looked away for 1 second. Folks, did Trump just snub her? I missed it. I don't think he even shook her hand. That looks like a snub to me. Good. No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. Okay. He did. I'm hearing different things. We got to catch the replay later on. We'll check the replay later on. We'll get the replay later on, folks. Special guests up top. If he did, I would understand why. He's getting ready. Rumor has it he's got one hell of a speech. Inbound. And you can tell one half of this room is a little bit more enthusiastic here than the other half. There's Al Green with his stupid sign. Really, it's just embarrassing. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That was Senator Markwayne Mullen who went over there and tried to rip that sign out of his hand. Drama already. Man, I wish they would cut that camera back. Okay.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
There he is. USA. USA.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States. Second Lady of the United States.
Usha Vance.
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
We are back.
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And
That's right.
you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before, and our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked, and America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
Yep. There's Elizabeth Warren.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Looks like Al Green has left. Looks like he's gone, folks.
In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
Democrats hate that.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Wow.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
Massive. Yep.
Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
We literally didn't even have a president for 4 years. We had an auto pen.
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
We should bring out Maduro in handcuffs and walk him up and down the aisles here.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. We ended DEI in America. We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps. And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
He's bringing them in. Look at them. There they are. They got the gold medals, Patriots. Look at that. Okay, you see some Democrats over there. Elizabeth Warren is up there. She's doing a golf clap. Elizabeth Warren. Some of them stood up for the hockey team here. Not all of them. Not all of them. All we do is win. All we do is win.
Go ahead. They do.
You love to see it. Look at that. What a moment. Good for them. Good for them.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
The women, too. American men, American women, we just keep on winning.
They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But
Good for them.
I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
The goalie. Our new Secretary of Defense.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off, do you practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given, and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
That's a big one. There you have it. That's a big one.
Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best, and I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no, and every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
That's really nice that his own team, voted for him to get that. That's the best way to do that.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, huh? Okay. Okay, then.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
I hope so, man. I pray so.
And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news.
What type of strange things? We got to talk about those 2020 strange things.
So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
Wow. Wow, there he is. Oh, was that him up above? There he is. We're looking at the wrong old patriot. There he is. That's an American right there. There he is.
So, buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there.
Terrible. Rising
26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Wow. Is he up there too? There he is. Look at him. Good for you. You saved that little girl's life. A bunch of them.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
How nice is that? How beautiful is that? Think about the Democrats that are out there having a meltdown, that are boycotting this. Think about that.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
Wow, look at that. Good for him.
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aide, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans. All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts.
Uh-oh.
They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
Sounds good to me. It's putting the Democrats on blast.
Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
That's a big deal. That is a big deal.
Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan.
There she is. There's Megan. There's LaFonda also.
Thank you, Megan.
But there's Megan. Good for her. Good for you, Megan.
Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people.
That really is a big deal. This childhood Trump account. That is a big deal.
You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school, and I made computers, and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling, and pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops, so I congratulate him on that, but I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
Big deal. Very generous. It's a big program.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that.
Yep.
To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth, and the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling.
Yeah.
But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful, country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
That would be a big deal. He was staring down the Supreme Court justices there.
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America.
It will be our credo. America first.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word. They just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
Put them on blast. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
It's just undeniably true. That is the truth. The economy is significantly better.
The price of eggs is down 60%. Madam Secretary, thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great health care plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
That is massive. Democrats try to shut that one down too, by the way. They don't want that.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened, and now I'm bringing them way down on health care and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
TrumpRx.gov.
Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price.
Massive.
So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of health care, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
It's a big deal. It really is.
And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big, Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the TrumpRx website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom.
Remember when the Democrats and Kamala Harris campaigned saying that Trump would get rid of IVF, that he would make IVF illegal? Remember that 18 months ago? Huh. So they lied.
So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing, I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
That is just astounding that he did that. Massive.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Racel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
Good, good. Big deal. That's a big deal.
We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
That's 99% of Americans want that. Super bipartisan. Shut down insider stock trading in Congress. Big W.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here?
I doubt she's here.
Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
That's big. That's big.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota. The members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance.
Ooh. That's a big announcement. J.D. Vance, war on fraud.
He'll get it done.
That's a big announcement.
Find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where corruption and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah. Delilah Coleman was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
There she is. Good for her. Good for her.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Ooh. Imagine voting against that. There's Mark Kelly and Slotkin, not clapping, of course. They belong in a prison cell.
And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Get them out of here. Yes, she is. It's terrible. It's terrible what the Democrats did to this country.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support.
Oh.
The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Put them on blast. Make them stand up. And they're not. And they are not. Wow. Hand the camera to the left. I want to see the Democrats. You know they're not. And Trump is like this. Look at him. Look at him. And they refuse to do it. He is destroying them right now. Look at him, just sitting, refusing to do it. These people are absolutely pathetic. Traitors, really, traitors. They refuse to stand for that. That's just so embarrassing. Trump is just letting it soak in. He's not in a hurry either. Put him on blast. Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Look at him sitting there. Oh, there's Nancy Pelosi right there. Look where she is. These people are traitors.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed of yourselves. They were in the audience screaming at him like a bunch of monkeys. Traitors.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
John Thune? John Thune?
To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. That cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant.
Yep.
It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
Paging John Thune. Let's go.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
Makes sense.
And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
True. That's true. Look at these freaks over there.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Yes. True. Where's John Thune out there? Make it happen.
And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
He's not pulling any punches tonight. He is battering them. We're watching a homicide right now. Good God.
And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full-ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
Good for you. Good for you. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Anyway, good for you.
And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
Ban on transgender. Yeah. Yep. It's terrible.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Yes, they are, sir. Yes, they are.
Amazing. Incredible. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh?
One of them just called him a pedophile. Did you hear that? These people are sick. Just sick, deranged people.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none, she gets a lot. Someday you're gonna have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
Was that a good movie? I haven't seen it, honestly. Good movie? Seemed like people liked it. Good for her. Good for her.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
We got to talk about Charlie Kirk here. You know it's coming.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man.
Yep.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Yep.
Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Yep. That's right. The left loves it. They're standing for it. A lot of these Democrats are standing up right now, but man,
we love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zarutska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
It's terrible. That's just terrible. Rest in peace. Yep. Yep.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
Yes. Or worse. We don't need to keep them in prison. We can do something else. That guy, for instance.
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
We know how it happened. Crime is a choice. We can stop it.
In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
Wow. And they're not standing. They're not going to stand.
They don't like to hear that. One of sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country.
Nope.
And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Eva Lee. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like it.
That's terrible. How terrible.
So sorry. Thank you very much. She's a great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night, and she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying, and after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right.
Oh, that's him there. There he is. Wow. Wow. God bless the both of them. That is something else. Wow.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Good for him. That's just a miracle. Good for him. Wow.
So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late, great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Oh, my good Lord. And I don't know about you, I think he probably deserves that thing. Wow. Good for them. God bless them. Wow. Yeah. And one for them, too.
We love you all. Love you.
Wow.
We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny?
I'm tearing up, honestly.
Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared. And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
He's got some fans in the audience. Rubio. There he is.
People like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever.
I think probably so. Who did it better? Who did it better? Hillary
Under
Clinton?
the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back. But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job.
Something else. Something else.
And we're working very hard to end the 9th war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 1,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president, would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
Okay, now we're talking Iran here, folks. Here we go. Here we go.
Good. For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Yep. Yep.
And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like, 32,000 protesters. 32,000 protesters in their own country.
Wow.
They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue. They're starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
That's the red line in the sand for Trump. Some of the Democrats are standing for that one, okay? Okay.
My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Not going to let it happen. Trump's been talking about that for 20 years.
And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong, because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
Yep. We're waiting to see if there's a...
So thanks to Republicans in Congress, we're investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because, as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed, at my very strong request, to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO.
That's a big deal.
Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2.
Big deal.
And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily with one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid.
Apologies.
And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently. And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776.
That's right. I totally forgot about it. That's a big deal. I totally forgot about that.
You know,
That's
they
right.
put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute. For one more dollar, we can have $1,776. It's going to I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also...
Yeah. They going to stand for the firemen or not? And there they go.
We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
And it is. And that's how it's been used against us for a very long time now. It is. And Trump is the first president.
And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January.
Yep.
In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very good. They couldn't believe, they all watched, they saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. Because we did that, and my baby is becoming so important.
Yep. Yep. We're standing for Space Force, not the Democrats, though.
And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
Bring him out in handcuffs right now. How crazy would that be?
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
Enrique. You love to see it. You love to see it. Look at that.
Thank you, Enrique. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique. There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro, really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor.
Oh.
Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology.
Wow.
How did that work out? Not too good? While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission. We probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy. Eric and Amy, come on in.
Oh my good golly gosh. He just like described a scene out of a movie. That is just wild. And he powered through it. Gushing blood out of his legs. We gotta pivot the camera up here. We'll change that angle. There he is. There he is.
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Wow. That's a big one. That's the biggest one. Wow. That's a big one. They don't hand those out like candy bars. He's a patriot. Yep. Good for him. Good for him. Good for him. That's a big deal. Much earned? Yeah, very earned. Yes. Sounds like he just did one hell of a job. Wow.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House, and Eric will be there.
This is the first time that we've heard about this story here. And this gentleman's sacrifice. That's a big deal. Big deal.
Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator. Navy fighter pilot Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight, flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Another one. Wow. This guy flew in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. He's 100 years old. That is just like something else. Look at this guy. Wow. He's a living legend. Living legend. Better late than never. Yeah, right, right. Better late than never. Good Lord, have mercy. That guy's been around. I can't believe it. Good for him. Good for him. We don't have a lot of guys like him left, you know. Good for him. Look at the thumbs up. Look at this guy. You gotta love this guy. Good for him. This guy was born in 1925, maybe 1926. Think about that. When Hitler died, this guy was 20 years old. He has been around.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it, but if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
Good for them.
Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Wow. This is right about 2 hours on the nose, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, they are calling it the greatest State of the Union national address ever. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know what everybody else is calling it. That's what I'm calling it. We're going to break it down, folks. We have a lot to talk about. One hell of a speech. Wow. Just impressive. We're gonna, let's just keep on watching this here for a minute. I want to see where this goes. Let's see who... So Trump is exiting off the stage towards the Democrats. Is he going to shake hands with any of them over there? Who do we have? Joint Chiefs of Staff over there shaking hands. How do you do, sir? How do you do? Nice to see you. Uh-huh. I'm watching Trump right now. He's right here. I want to see who he's talking to. Looks like not a lot of the Democrats wanted to say hi to him. Okay? Walking away from the Democrats. This woman has been like his biggest cheerleader. And I don't mean biggest when I say biggest. That's not what I mean. Okay, by the way, I'm not trying to... Okay, it's okay. Listen, moving on. Anyway, she loves... Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. She loved him. I saw her a lot. She was up and down. She was cheering and clapping. Anyway, she seems great. We love her. She's nice. She seems nice. She's great. Anyway, we're shaking hands. We're moving on now. Supreme Court justices got out of there. They exited backstage there. This really was just one hell of a speech. You know, why don't we go ahead and start breaking this down? Obviously, the first half of the speech, you have to imagine when people are tuning in, it's the first half. Maybe some people get bored, they leave. Okay, so what's in the first half? Economy, economy, economy. Trump starts off the broadcast, the speech here, by listing off all of his economic successes, right? We're talking about inflation rates. We're talking about housing prices, all of it. We're talking about the price of goods coming down. And he says the reason why the economy was bad in the first place, look, he loves that tie. He's got the Trump tie. That's the one we... Oh, can you sign the tie? You got to sign the book. Why was the economy bad in the first place? Well, it's because of the Democrats. The economy wasn't just randomly bad. Is that Nancy Mace? Who's that? No, it's not. Why was the economy bad at all? It's because Joe Biden and the Democrats.
You're
That's
looking
why.
at video now of President Donald Trump as he makes...
Yeah, I'm just going to mute you. We don't need to hear what you have to say, lady. He had great optics bringing out the Olympic hockey team. Right off of their victory, their gold medal victory at the Olympics. What did that do? That put the Democrats in position, and he did this a lot. He put the Democrats all night, time and time again, in a position where they had to decide if they're going to stand and clap and be patriotic, or if they're going to sit and look like a bunch of whiny, petulant, toddler, anti-American haters. He did that. That was one of his tactics tonight, and I think it worked really well. Trump spent, this was a speech, but it was oftentimes interrupted by bringing out all of these American patriots, American heroes, veterans that have made personal sacrifices, or angel moms that have lost their kids to terrible Democrat policies, be it bloodthirsty, violent, illegal aliens, or fentanyl overdoses, or whatever. You had this Afghani terrorist who shot these 2 National Guardsmen in the streets of D.C. Bring them, bring the survivor out, bring out the parents of the young girl who lost her life, and say, listen, this is what happens when you have terrible Democrat progressive policy. People, listen, Democrat policy has real world consequences. Americans die. When Democrats are in office, Americans die. That is what happens. That's that's one of the big takeaways, be it fentanyl overdoses, violent terrorists, left-wing, far left-wing agitators. People die when Democrats are running the country. And it's true. That he's not lying about that. That is what happens. He highlighted time and time again the Democrats that have been voting against all of his America First policies, like tax cuts for middle-class American families with the One Big Beautiful Bill. That was another big point here. He absolutely battered the Democrats. He talked about violent illegal aliens, bad economy, inflation, fentanyl overdoses, skyrocketing murder rates under Democrat leadership, insane healthcare premiums, rising healthcare costs, rising costs for everything under Democrat leadership. And he put that, like we said, a lot of that in the front half of the speech, where we know most people are watching at the start. Some people kind of trail off at the end. Maybe they don't stick around for the entire show. So put all the big heavy hitter stuff in the front half of the speech. I noticed that.
Of the president be referred to the committee of the whole on the state.
I think
They're just talking over. We're not going to listen to that. Trump got up here. He dismantled every single left-wing propaganda point that has been flooding the media over the last 13 months. Bad economy. Well, no, I mean, not more than just bad economy. He's saying, listen, we're fixing the economy here, but also, and by the way, the economy thing, you might notice Trump talked about this a lot because that is perhaps the number one topic, number one issue that Americans care about domestically here as we head towards midterms. Good economy, bad economy, that is what is going to make or break the midterm election season. Good economy, bad economy, all this other stuff is just noise, okay? It's can Americans afford to buy a house, afford to buy groceries, etc., and Trump knows that. That's why he spent the first half of this. But beyond that, he dismantled every single left-wing propaganda point. The Democrats have been talking about AI and rising energy costs. Trump dismantled that. Democrats have been talking about housing unaffordability under the Trump administration. Trump dismantled that. The Democrats have been talking about how Trump is trying to remove Medicare and Medicaid for all of us American citizens. Well, no, Trump dismantled that. Actually, he just cut Medicare and Medicaid for all of the Democrats' illegal aliens. You cut that out. Trump also announced this new, and this is news to me. I think it's news in general. Trump announced a new federal government funded retirement program for all Americans, whether or not you work for the federal government, with a $1,000 yearly match. That's a big deal. That's a massive deal. Trump also, just for the first time publicly today, floated shutting down congressional stock trading. Whether or not that actually happens, I don't know. We will see. Time will tell. But this is something that like 95% of Americans agree with. Shut down corrupt congressional stock trading. We'd all have heard the stories about Nancy Pelosi. Really, generally, it's Democrats that are doing this, ironically enough. It's the Democrats that are corrupt in this regard, in most regards. And so Trump said, hey, today, right here, I'm president at the State of the Union. I'm compelling Congress to shut down congressional stock trading. Americans want to hear that. All of us want that, right? We know these people are corrupt. Shut that down. We'll see if anything comes of that. Then he followed that up by delegating J.D. Vance to declare war on fraud. J.D. Vance is now going forward declaring war on fraud. Why is that a big deal? Well, first off, we've got to shut down the fraud. We all have seen what's gone on in Minnesota and California. He named a couple other states, Maine, Vermont. Massive fraud in all of these blue states across the entire country. Trump said, okay, I've heard your concerns about fraud. I am appointing J.D. Vance vice president to shut this fraud down. Investigate it, shut it down. Okay, why is that a big deal? Well, keep in mind, J.D. Vance will probably be the Republican candidate going into the 2028 presidential election. Probably, I think we can say that. Okay, who will, in all likelihood, be his opponent, his Democrat opponent? Well, it'll probably be Gavin Newsom. I would bet it'll be Gavin Newsom. I would bet the 2028 presidential election will be between Gavin Newsom and J.D. Vance. Okay, and so J.D. Vance, what does this mean? J.D. Vance is going to spend the next 2 years investigating fraud in many states, but also California, in which Gavin Newsom has been governor for the last couple of years. I think this is his last year, actually. And so going into 2028 presidential election season, J.D. Vance is going to have 2 or 2.5 years worth of sort of ammunition. He's going to say, listen, hey, Newsom, I know about all of the fraud and corruption and misuse that took place in your state. He can bring that up. He's going to have all the ammunition ready to go. That's a big deal. That's a strategic decision to have Vance be the guy that looks into this. Okay. That's posturing for 2028. Do not get that twisted. That's what's going on there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Abigail Spanberger is delivering the Democrat response to the State of the Union. Does anybody want to listen to this? Do we need to listen to Abigail Spanberger talk about how much of a fascist Trump is? You know, I don't really think so. Frankly, I don't think I really need to listen to her. So I just saw this pop up. We're not going to listen to this. Maybe tomorrow we can listen to some of the highlights, but I'm not going to listen for 90 minutes, listen to this nasty, progressive, lying witch up here. Maybe we'll wait for the highlights, if there are any highlights at all. Trump also, this was a big one. Trump introduced and suggested something called Delilah's Act, which is shutting down commercial driver's licenses for illegal aliens. We know that these commercial driver's licenses coming out of blue states, namely California, we've been seeing illegal aliens get CDLs all across the country, California, other blue states, and then they drive their semi-trucks into Americans on the freeway. A lot of Americans have lost their lives because we've got illegal aliens that don't speak English. Many of them are from India, getting CDLs in states like California. And they don't know which way down the road to drive. No U-turn, left turn, right turn, green light, yellow light, red light. They don't even know the basic laws of the road. And Americans are getting crashed into. And so Trump said, hey, Delilah's Act. Let's shut this down. The Democrats refuse to participate. Trump brought up a lot of these great ideas that are no-brainers that obviously Americans are in support of and brought them up and said, all right, Democrats, how do you feel about it? And the Democrats sat there, seated, silent, not clapping, no response. Trump absolutely destroyed. This was a Democrat cook-off. Trump tonight was the pit master, and he was BBQ grilling a bunch of radically progressive Democrats. That is what we saw tonight. He put the Democrats on blast in a very public way. And so I guarantee to you that we have centrist, undecided, moderate Americans in this country that were watching tonight that said, wait a minute, why are the Democrats not in support of this? Wait a minute. He then He then, and this for me was the big highlight of the show. When Trump said, tonight, in front of the country, in front of the world, I am calling on every congressional representative to stand up if you agree that we should put the lives of American citizens before illegal aliens. Remember when he did that? And of course, all the Republicans stood up, all the patriots stood up. Every single Democrat remained seated. And it was a very basic ask. Do you, American congressional representative, do you value Americans more than illegal aliens? And every single Democrat remained seated. That was the big highlight slam dunk of tonight's broadcast, in my opinion. And the camera panned over, and you could see every Democrat seated there, silent, not clapping, no response. And so once again, I guarantee you, you've got moderate, undecided, centrist Americans. Sometimes they vote this way, sometimes they vote that way. I guarantee you, they're going to see that clip, they're going to see that moment and say, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, what? Of course, our elected congressional representatives should put the lives of Americans before the lives of illegal aliens. Duh. That's why they are elected. But all of these Democrats are sitting there. They refuse to say that. They refuse to endorse that idea. Wait a minute. That was the big slam dunk. Trump played these progressives like a fiddle. He put them in that situation and they just walked right into it. Astounding. He then followed that up by calling them out over the transgender hysteria. He said, listen, he brought up that young woman who almost became a man and then, neglected all the transgender stuff. The Democrats, once again, silent. Americans at a rate of 80 or 85% are done with this transgender stuff. Trump brought it up. The Democrats were silent as a barn mouse, refused to even acknowledge it. Astounding. Trump brought up example after example after example of far left violence, radical violence coming from the far left that has taken place across the country, and said, listen, it is your policies that has resulted in this loss of American life, of Americans being brutalized. It's your open border policies. It's your soft on crime stance. It's your sanctuary cities and sanctuary states. It's your refusal to work with DHS or ICE or even fund DHS. Your policies result in American citizens getting brutalized or worse, killed. That is what Democrats do. Democrat leadership results in dead Americans. Trump hammered that point home over and over again, and it's true. And the Democrats had nothing to say. What could they say? Everybody knows it's true. It is true. And so this is why we're saying is this the greatest State of the Union speech or national address ever? I think so. And just beyond the rhetorical substance and the actual points or ideas that Trump was expressing, it was an entertaining speech. It was a show. It wasn't long and drawn out. It wasn't long-winded. In fact, Trump actually I don't even think that Trump ever spoke for more than 5 minutes at a time before pausing and bringing up a guest or a special appearance, a veteran, a this, a that. It was a show, right? Trump wasn't up there droning on and on and on and on and on. It wasn't boring. It was entertaining to watch. It was captivating is the word to use. I think it was the best one yet. I think so. I watched his, this is the sixth one he's done. I watched the first four in his first term. We watched the one a year ago. As far as Trump goes, at a minimum, this is the best one. And I was thinking to myself, man, I don't even remember Joe Biden doing these. I need to go look this up. Did Joe Biden even do these? I think he did one, maybe two. If I remember right, one of them was canceled because of COVID. Maybe two of them were canceled. I kind of want to go back and watch one of the Joe Biden ones just to remind myself of how bad it was. So I think one of these days I'm going to go back and watch Joe Biden. Anyway, this was the best one ever. Absolutely the greatest of all time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have just an absolutely overwhelming amount of Rumble rants and super chats. Can I share some before we get to the Rumble rants and super chats? Do you guys mind if I say something here? I want to show something here to you guys. I took a photo of this halfway through. Okay, we're gonna talk about YouTube here for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really that braggadocious, but tonight on YouTube, we were the 19th biggest broadcast in the world. In the world. 19th biggest broadcast in the world. And to put that into perspective, this is us right there, number 19, Matt Morse TV. This is the Morse Force right here at the bottom. That's the Morse Force. Okay, who's ahead of us? These are all, literally all of them, are mainstream news channels like C-SPAN, Face the Nation, Fox News, Associated Press, White House. We might be the single largest, like, independent community. We're not mainstream media. We're not an actual news outlet. We don't have billions of dollars in funding. It's us. This is the American people. We're just a bunch of pissed off Americans that want our country back. 19th in the world, maybe number one as far as independent outlets go. Wow. In the world. So, I need to give credit to you guys. Kudos to you guys. Because without you, I took this screenshot. We were at 43,718. That's you. That's you guys that are tuning in, that are giving me the platform. It's you guys. This is our show. It's not mine. It's ours. This is the Morse Force. Thank you all very much for being here. Thank you for being here. We are taking over. The Patriots are taking over. Patriots are in control. We have had enough. Thank you all for being here. If you're new, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. It means a lot. It means a lot, and it helps a lot. I really appreciate it, folks. Let's get to these super chats. Let's go ahead and get these super chats here. And by the way, we're not even counting Rumble. We had another 5,000 or 6,000 on Rumble. You add that together, we're closer to 50,000 today. 50,000 today. In total, add it all up. We got to shout out the Rumblers down there. Let's take a look at Rumble rants. First, let's take a look at Rumble rants. Brian Ledbetter said, Matt and family, this is for treats. I forgot your dog's name. More cameo appearances. We love our furry members so much. Argos. Little Argos is his name. You know what I'll do? I'm going to post some photos of Argos on Twitter, on X. Make sure to follow me on X. I swear pretty soon I'm going to post some puppy pictures. He's about 10 months old. He's a 75-pound, 10-month-old German Shepherd. He's just a beast. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Shout out all the dog owners, all the dog lovers in the community. If you don't like dogs, well, I don't like you, honestly. So just get that out there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jules, down here on Rumble, says, thank you for streaming the So2 tonight. Let America's golden age. Hey, and we dressed appropriately for the golden age, right? Listen, I figured it's not appropriate to wear the red one. We got to wear the white and gold one. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jules. It's true. And it is true. Thank you, Jules. Brian says, hold up. I think that's a repeat. Okay. Here's a massive $100 Rumble rant from Summer Breeze 111. Thank you very much. Thank you. She says, maybe she. Thank you, Matt. So enjoyed watching the So2 with you. Excellent commentary and analysis. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you very much. Every day, folks, as far as I'm concerned, I'm living the dream. I get to go live and hang out with you guys and break down the news and make sense of what's going on. You guys give me that opportunity. Once again, without you, without all of you, whether you can donate or not, or super chat or not, or Rumble rant or not, even if you're just here tuning in, lurking in the chat, kicking back, enjoying the show, without you, all of you, there is no show. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Summer Breeze. Thank you very much. Massive. Now, I need to pull up these super. Okay, we're going to be doing super chats for a while because there's like a billion of them. There's like 10 billion of them. So let me get these set up over here. Let me get this set up over here. I need to reload. Thank you all. It's, man. If you had told me 1 year ago that we would be here tonight with this volume, with this presence, I would have said, you're out of your damn mind. You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. You are a crazy person. But here we are nonetheless, and it's you guys. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out where we left off with these super chats. There are literally like 100 of these. Okay, we're gonna do it. Meg Mono, thank you very much. We're kicking it off with Meg Mono. Thank you very much. Dan Finelli says Democrats are so stupid they think forks in their eyes would prevent them from hearing Trump's speech. True. Some of them showed up, but they weren't happy about it. You could tell. Jeff Fisher says you should go and see the stupid boycott video live on Midas Touch. Senator Van Hollen is speaking. It's so stupid. Tomorrow, yeah, we might do a little bit of recap of their alternative State of the Union address. I'm sure it is cringe and embarrassing and pathetic. We might peep that. We might take a look at that with our little peepers tomorrow. We'll see. Brandon, he says, I like the idea that this will be the longest State of the Union address and that the Democrats are holding their own outside D.C. where it's 30 degrees. Yeah, they're out there freezing their butt off. And also nobody's watching. I would imagine somewhere between 50 million and 100 million people around the world tuned into this one tonight. Massive. And like we said, this is the best one of all time. Best one ever. Brandon, thank you very much. Richard McVeigh, he says, Matt, thanks for all you do. Do you think President Trump will speak on the fraud going on in Minnesota, California, New York? Well, we are answering this super chat from after the fact now. And yes, I think he did. And yes, he did. Thank God. In fact, he appointed J.D. Vance as now sort of the fraud czar. Now J.D. Vance, look into the fraud, identify it, help us shut this down. Vance has a job. So yes, he did. And good thing for that too. Thank you, Richard McVeigh. Justin said, thanks for the work, Matt. The Democrats haven't elected anyone in 30 years. IMO, they've been installed. A lot of them. Well, did the Democrats ever have a chance really to vote for Kamala Harris? Was there even a primary? No, she was installed. Same for Hillary Clinton in 2016. Did they really have a choice? No, it was Hillary Clinton, and shut up and stop asking about it. That is how it was, right? So, Same for Biden in 2020. That's how they do it. It's so funny because they call themselves the Democrats. We're the Democratic Party. Are you? Where's the democracy? Where is the democracy? I can't see it anywhere. Thank you very much, Justin. Angie Vicky, thank you very much. Concrete Lizard says, Raya's Eagle Wings, Sentinel of the chat, and Matt Morse, thank you very much. Shout out the moderators. We have some great moderators helping keep the chat in line. Frankly, we could probably use a couple more. I think, listen, we had in YouTube, in the YouTube chat, we had 40-something thousand viewers, and we have like 2 moderators. So maybe we could use a couple more. In the Rumble chat, we had like 5,000 viewers, and I think we have no moderators. In the Rumble chat, I actually think we have literally no moderators. So yeah, we probably need to do something about that. My bad. We probably need to do something about that. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have a super chat from Bear Lover 92,000. He says the joint session is coming to order now. That's right. Livia Christine says today is my birthday. Livia Christine, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Hope you had a great birthday. What a day to have a birthday on the State of the Union. Well, happy birthday. Thank you very much. Misty Dawn says, God bless America and Trump. And thanks for the coverage. Thank you for tuning in. Listen, put this in perspective. There's 10 million different State of the Union broadcasts you guys could watch. Everybody's doing it. I don't know if you noticed, but everybody is covering the State of the Union tonight. And I'm very flattered that you folks chose this broadcast, this community. You could have gone over there. You could have gone to a million other places, but you chose here. You chose this one. I appreciate that. It means a lot. I'm honored. Thank you very much. Jed Valdez, he says, I hope somebody gets arrested now. If it's extraterrestrials, we are screwed. Arrests 2026 is going to be the year of criminal accountability. I think so. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jed. Thank you very much. Lainey Davis says, what kind of childlike behavior will we see from the left tonight? Well, we saw Mr. Caveman Cro-Magnon man, what's his name? Al Green, who looks like a literal caveman. He got kicked out, as he did a year ago. By the way, I went to school with a girl named Lainey Davis. Do I know you? Lainey, did we go to middle school and high school together? Lainey Davis? I recognize that name. Lainey Davis? I think we might know each other. Thank you, Lainey Davis. I appreciate that. Yeah, they were a little bit childish today. We heard some heckling and some screaming from the audience. One of them called him a PDF file, which is just uncalled for and disgusting and uncouth, totally uncouth. Kick that person out of here too. Terrible. These people are vile. They're cretins. Philip Isabel says Iran threatening chemical and biological missiles. I haven't heard that. I'll look into that. I haven't heard that. If that's true, then that's serious. That's a big deal. Cheryl says, thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you very much. Happy So Too evening. Baba Yaga says, you have just as many viewers as the PBD podcast right now. You're doing something right, my guy. Can I tell you something? You guys know. No. I'm not going to do any drama. Okay, a little bit. Okay, you forced me a little bit. I like to watch the Patrick Bet David podcast. Sometimes I tune into it, but there's this one guy. You know what? To avoid drama, I'm not going to say who it is. There's one guy that is always on the PBD podcast, and he is so annoying. He drives me insane. Sometimes I have to stop listening. I had to stop listening to it because there's one guy, he's always on the podcast, and it's like, dude, shut up. You're so annoying. Okay, but I'm not going to say who. Because we can't have any drama. 0% drama, okay? But I think you probably know who. Okay, anyway. Yeah, everybody knows. Okay, yeah, the secret is out. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Okay, but I'm not going to say, thank you, sir. It's so funny. Literally everybody knows. That's evil. Okay, hey, we have a Rumble rant down here from Minnesota Froggy says, Morse Force unite down on Rumble. This is because of you, Matt. Thank you to the wife for letting you spend the night with us. Much love. I'll tell you, listen, there is a pizza sitting in the kitchen. The second we're done with the show, I am going to the kitchen and getting pizza. It's pizza night. So we gotta wrap this up. I'm getting hungry. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. On Rumble, we had Minnesota. He gifted 5 Rumble premiums. He doubled down. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And also just wondering, President Trump and team loves us. I think so. Trump really is just a sincere, genuine, nice. You can just tell he loves this country. He loves the people in the country. You can tell. It, and it's so weird because these far left freaks have painted Trump as being like a demonic, satanic figure. He's not. Just listen to the guy. You can tell the guy is sincere. The guy sincerely, genuinely wants to fix this country. Just listen to him. That's my opinion, at least. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm looking at super chats here. JP said, Al Green is there. He said he wasn't going. Yeah, he got kicked out. He tried to bring some poster. I don't even know what the poster said. We got to look into that. We got to look into what that poster said because I don't know what it said. Jorge Leza said, watching from West Texas oil fields. Love your work, man. We've got an oil man. Let's go. Thank you, Mr. Leza. Shout out the oil workers. Hey, drill, baby, drill. Thank you very much. He's out there drilling. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, sir. Good luck out there. Thank you. Sapper Jackson, he says, my brother and I are watching your broadcast tonight. We spotted Al Green's ugly mug, and it is. He is just one ugly guy. They might do a coordinated walkout like a scorned dumb X. Well, he got kicked out. Like some the Neanderthal he is. Hey, shout out you and your brother. That's awesome. Hell yeah. It's a family affair. Jake Galvin, he says, Team USA, Matt, been watching since 2019. 2019? So you were watching when I was just a humble World of Warcraft streamer. Long time ago. Mom just asked me for a recommendation on the best political commentator, and I said, Matt Morse. So Jake Galvin's been around for a long time. He's been here for the entire evolution, and now he's getting his mom on board. Let's go. Hey, shout out all the moms in the audience. Thank you, Jake Galvin. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm happy you've been here. That's 7 years. Robin, 2152 says, look at the retirement home term limits. They're getting up there. Notably, I did not see Mitch McConnell. Did anybody see Mitch McConnell out there? He might have been back at the retirement home. I don't know where he was. Polly Puree says, watching in my truck in Willington, Connecticut with my pit bull and my cat. That's just the cutest thing. In the truck with the pets. That's awesome. That's awesome. That sounds so cozy. That's great. Hey, thank you, Polly Puree. You're here all the time. Shout out, Polly Puree. Mark Mills. Mark Mills. Thank you, Mark Mills. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Rihanna O'Connell. I love that last name. O'Connell. Thank you, Matt. You rock. Go Morris Force. Let's go. A proud member of the Morris Force. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rihanna. Metal Smith says, I hope Trump arrives with pizza. Democrats don't get any. And everybody tuning in gets pizza, but not if you're a Democrat. No pizza for Democrats. Didn't happen. Should have happened. Thank you. Thank you very much. Houston, Ederhold says, Al Green is there and he got kicked out. Yeah, we got Al Green. Thank you, Houston. Thank you. And he's gone. Now I'm sitting here. I can't wait. I'm actually so eager to go watch this alternative Democrat State of the Union. I just want to see how pathetic it was. I'm going to find some highlights. So tomorrow's broadcast, we will watch some of the highlights. We're going to see really how sad this thing was. Do not worry. Tomorrow we're going to talk about that. Thank you. This is Carrie Thompson. Says, my fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. Thank you, Carrie Thompson. Patrick Wolf, he says, me and my wife love to watch your show. Keep doing great job. Thank you. Shout out Patrick Wolf. Wolf, that's more of like a Germanic pronunciation. And your lovely wife also. Shout out the Wolfs. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's how my wife says it. Wolf. Thank you. Upstate Outdoors says, he will say halfway through we just hit Iran. Could have happened, did not happen. I think we're going to see that pretty soon though. I think we're going to see that pretty soon. Maybe like later tonight. I don't know. Not during the address though. Deborah D says, I spy next Florida Governor Donalds. Yeah, there's a race. People are right now. It looks like Fishback versus Donalds. I would bet that probably Donalds wins though. Don't you think? I haven't followed it too closely. We'll see. A lot of people are saying that Ron DeSantis might end up trying to become Attorney General. Maybe in the second half of Trump's administration or in the J.D. Vance administration. How do you like that? Attorney General Ron DeSantis. Who knows? Might be the case. I don't know. I've seen that idea floated around. Hans 490 says, I appreciate what you do. Keep it up, my guy. Thank you, Hans. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Happy Tuesday night. Thanks for tuning in. Leanne Moore says, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. LDHBs says, MAGA. Thank you, Leanne Moore. And thank you, LDHBs. MAGA. Everybody's saying it. MAGA. You know, one of my most prized possessions. This is one of the OG MAGA hats. This is from 2016. I don't even think they make these ones anymore. 2016. This is a rare collectible. I've had this one for literally a decade. I've had this. I don't even think you can get these ones anymore. Hey, stay away from it. It's mine. It's one of the OG, one of the old ones. That's how you know we've been doing this for a while. Forklift. This is Forklift Stakhanovite. A very unique last name. Thank you. Al Green is an effing loser, he says. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's insane. Listen, how downtrodden is our country that people like him can actually win an election and then represent us at a federal level? Depressing. Depressing that we've got to deal with people like that. David Happ says, if President Trump ever becomes Speaker of the House, he'll be able to do a talking filibuster without breaking a sweat. Yeah, right? Yeah, right. Thank you. Thank you. True. He just did 2 hours, just about 2 hours. Munchies, he says, they really get a workout with the up and down. I know, it's like going to a Catholic church. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's true. Thank you very much. It is true. David T says, Green has left the chat. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Priscilla K, thank you. Thank you. This is JRG Project says, looks like the Democrats are pro-fentanyl. The Democrats are pro-open border, pro-illegal alien violence, rape, sex trafficking, child abuse, pro-fentanyl overdose, all of it, all of the above. Yeah, that's what the Democrats stand for. That is what the Democrat Party stands for. Yes. Yep. Priscilla K, again, thank you, Priscilla K. K-Day says, America, these liberals are so immature and I love it. Want people to join your party, then grow up. Yeah, there's a reason why the congressional Democrats have what, like a 15% national approval rating? 15%. This is why. You just saw a good example tonight. Laney Davis, there's my Laney Davis. I swear we have to know each other. Says 40,000 viewers. Let's go. Hey, all in a day's work. All in a day's work. 40,000, all in a day's work. Thank you, Laney Davis. Mark Volker says, come on, Trump. Thomas Sowell deserves the Medal of Freedom. He's like 90. There you go. Thank you. He gave out 2 of them tonight. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. Mythical Nice Guy says, God bless you and all the patriots and God bless America. God bless you. True. Hey, listen, I will echo that sentiment. Thank you very much. True. Good point. True. Concrete Lizard here says, I absolutely love this president. I can't stop laughing at the reality he spits out. This is America, tried and true, and everything we need right now. President Trump, you guys know that maybe I overuse the words bombshell, scorched earth. Okay, guilty, I guess, sometimes. Guilty. President Trump, he went scorched earth, though. Tonight, he did. He absolutely eviscerated these Democrats. They didn't stand a chance. It was a cook-off. He absolutely cooked them. I need to not use the phrase cook-off right now because I am like starving to death. I'm starving. I'm losing weight. Can you tell? Am I looking thin right now? I swear I'm becoming emaciated. There's pizza waiting for me. I got to get out of here. Scrimshaw Rose says, USA. That's right. Thank you. Zoid Rab says, man, rad. It was rad. It was totally radical. It was the number one so-to of all time. Mythical Nice Guy says, Democrats are domestic enemies. Okay, true or false? True or false? Democrats are domestic enemies. I'm going to leave that up to you real quick. I'll let you guys be the deciding factor there. Nomadic Warrior 98 says, one nation under God, bring America to God again. That's what it said right up top there, right? And it is true. Good Lord. And he is a good Lord. Thank you very much. John Mitchell Jr. says, boom, I'll just bet it was a plan for effect to wait until after the speech to vote on the SAVE Act. Now Thune will finally bring it to the floor. You saw President Trump directly called out Thune. He said, John, let's go. Let's go. Show on the road. Let's get it on the road. This is from James Mitchell. He says, this is one of the greatest things I've ever had the privilege to watch. I'm so proud to be an American. One nation under Trump, MAGA, and more importantly, under God. And it is. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. We've got all types of Mitchells tuning in tonight. We got Mitchell. James P., he says, that Purple Heart will never make up for the loss of their daughter to that animal. Islam is not a religion, but it is a death cult. Keep in mind, first off, you're right. You're right. You are right. Second off, President Trump has issued blanket travel bans on like 50 individual countries. All these sort of undesirable countries, not allowed. You're not coming in. Shut it down. You know, I don't think that having more Afghanis or Somalis or whatever else, it's not really going to make our country better, is it? Has our country gotten better by nature of having more Haitians in it, or just more violent and deadly? I think we know the answer. Has any country gotten better by nature of taking these people? Yeah, I don't think so. Trump, shut it down. Thank God he did. Thank God he did. Stephen Coate, thank you very much. No one specific. This is a $49.99 massive super chat. He says, how can you not be in tears? I've been choking back tears the whole time. There were some, this was a emotional roller coaster. Ups and downs. There was one point I was tearing up. I said as much. Thank you. You're right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Trump, this was a masterclass. Seriously. I want to see here. This is down in Rumble. This is a Rumble rant. Rumble rant from Deluxe Night, 1981. Says, great show. The wife and I are watching from separate streams. She has gone on an insurance claim in her truck following you. So you guys are in different places. She's over there, you're over there, but you're watching the same show. Well, hey, shout out Deluxe Night and his lovely wife. I hope you guys might be reunited soon. May you be reunited soon. Hey, thank you very much. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you both very much. We have a super chat here from Doc Ride. Says, thank you, Matt. Where we go one, we go all. Godspeed, Patriots. True. Seven Coat says, President Trump, his administration, the greatest. True. I think so. I mean, name a better one. There's the question. Defiance over compliance says, Fetterman standing and clapping front row in a suit. I saw Fetterman. There were some times where he should have been standing, but he was not. He's not all the way over here. He's maybe a little bit, though. He's dipped his toe in. I saw him up there front and center, though. Thank you very much. Anthony Black says, Gulf War vet and retired cop here. I'm proud as F. Well, first off, thank you. And then thank you again. Double time thank you. I don't know how anybody could not be proud of what we saw tonight, right? That's me. Of course, the Democrats are gonna find something to be pissed off about. If you had to guess, what are they gonna be pissed off about? If I had to guess, remember when Trump made a joke about the Medal of Honor, where he said, I've always wanted the Medal of Honor. If I could give it to myself, I'd give it to myself, but I can't. You just know you're going to have a bunch of Democrats that can't take a joke. They're going to say, wow, Trump is belittling and, taking away from the prestige of the Medal of Honor. Trump is disrespecting Medal of Honor recipients and veterans across the country. Okay, shut up. Spare me. It was obviously a joke to say like that he's like, in fact, the way I took that joke is really like the message is that he does respect it, really, if anything. This is how much I respect it. I wish I had one. I respect it so much. I wish I had one myself, but I can't, so I don't. That's the way I took it. It was respect in a joking way. Oops. You just know, if anything, that's what they're going to be. You can sort of predict what they're going to be mad about. I'm just waiting for it. In fact, I'm sure it's already happening. We have, okay, so Defiance, we got that. Where did I leave off here? Stephen Cody says, the progressive Democrats have become communist. I think so. Rod Glessing, he says, I really enjoyed my 1776 dollars. Yeah, that was the military thing, right? The military bonus. And went to the Bills. I love my president. Good for you. Good for you. I totally forgot about that. I got reminded tonight and I said, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm happy he did that. Good for you guys that got that. That's excellent. Sherry Zilak, massive $50 super chat. Thank you very much, by the way. Happy Tuesday evening. Says, whomever orchestrated this speech, kudos. If you are caring, you are tearing up. If you are a patriot, you truly feel this. L or R, left or right, how can you not stand up? It was sickening the degree to which these Democrats refuse to stand up here for what is such basic common sense, just decency, basic decency. They don't have it. And that was on full display tonight. The American people saw that. Really just depressing. I don't know how any Democrat today cannot feel ashamed after what they saw tonight. That is what my party, I'm a Democrat. That is what my party stands for. I'm ashamed. I can't imagine not feeling that way if you're on the left right now. AI Offensive says, remember to vote midterms. True. Very true. We cannot let these people ever get, okay, I got to speed it up a little bit. I'm sorry. It's getting late here. Oh my goodness. It is getting late. You're right though. Vote midterms. Yes. One witness says 43,000 viewers live. Nice job, Matt, beating CNN and double the amount of Benny Johnson, 20,000. I'll tell you something. During the show, I didn't even look at it. I didn't even know. I'm looking at it. We're talking about it after the fact. I'm really honored. I'm flabbergasted myself. I'm blessed you guys were tuning in. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know where you guys came from. But hey, I'm happy you're here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think we're just on the same page. We are just sick of watching a bunch of radically progressive Democrats and rhinos, honestly, rhinos, destroy our country. We're sick of it. We're sick of it. And we're standing up. We're taking the republic back. Thank you very much. I think we're just on the same page. Thank you. Stephen Coates says, JD Vance, Marco Rubio, 2028. Thank you very much. Greg Adamite says, Trump was brutal, and what a great speech. True. The best. They're already calling it the best. And it was. Thank you, Mr. Adamite. Thank you, Greg. Absurd Prophecy, praise God. He says, I love the hero energy in the room with all the chat. You had a lot of heroes in one room tonight. Oh, yeah. Metal Smith says, tomorrow the news will only talk about how he didn't give any medals to black people. Yeah, why was no Medal of Honor given to a fat black transsexual person? Why not? Where was that? Why didn't Trump do that? He must be a racist or a transphobe. JM1452 says it was a great speech. It was a great speech. Thank you, sir. That's right. It was the best. The best. 2026, big year for accountability. Tammy Jones Hancock, he said it was perfect. It was perfect. Julie Acklesrad, that's a $50 super chat. Thank you very much, Julie. I appreciate that. Axelrad. Axel, that's a cool last name. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a massive amount of support too. Thank you. Douglas Vikars, I saw somebody in the chat said, Matt, it's okay. Go eat, Matt. We are going to get through every single super chat. I swear we will do it. I swear. Seriously, if I try to go to bed tonight and I'm thinking to myself that I skipped over some super chats, if I didn't get them all, it actually keeps me up at night. I cannot sleep if I'm thinking, man, there was a super chat. There was a Rumble rant. I think I missed one. I have nightmares. I got to do them all. I have to do them all. Thank you very much. Thank you. I've got to do it, even if it means I must starve myself. Douglas Vikars, he says, hey, Matt, loved your commentary tonight. FYI, I peeked in on PBS, People's Union Address, and they only had 12,000 viewers. You had nearly 48,000. Numbers don't lie. Well, that must mean that we are 4 times better than PBS. And when you put it that way, PBS, I'm a little bit disappointed. I think I should be 10 times or 100 times better than PBS. So you know what? For the next one, we got to do even better. Only 4 times better than PBS? Only? At a minimum, it's got to be 10 times, okay? So for the next one, you guys had better bring a friend, okay? There's PBS. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mio Hale, thank you, sir. Thank you. Mist says the Delilah law is huge. It is. It is. And the Democrats did not even stand up for it. Shame on them. Simon forgot. Thanks, Matt. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Michael Ida says, make America great again. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump. That's right. And we're doing it. And it, most importantly, it's actually happening. Slipknot says, $20 super chat says, support you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Slipknot60. Slipknot60. Thank you, sir. Now I'm going to reload here one time because I think in the time that we went through all the super chats, I think there's even more super chats that have come in. So now I'm reloading again. Listen, hey, starting now, you are forbidden from super chatting or rumble ranting, okay? We got to wrap it up. No more super chatting, no more rumble ranting. I'm cutting you off. You are not allowed to do it anymore for the rest of the night, okay? We're shutting it down. We have one from Robert Bell. He says, it's a great time to be an American patriot. God bless America and President Trump. It is. I mean, how can you not be proud? After tonight, after this speech, how can you not be a proud American? Thank you, Robert Bell. Mark Thurman, $50 massive super chat. He says, from my sable German Shepherd Ziva to your German Shepherd, get treats and stuffies. Okay, you know what? Because you guys are just being so nice, because everybody's so happy. We're in such a good mood tonight. Can I share a photo of little Argos I took last night? I was laying in bed. We were cuddling in bed late last night. I'll show you a photo of little Argos here. And by little, I mean he's a 75-pound German Shepherd. Okay, I have a photo for you. I took it last night. We were laying in bed. Getting ready to go to bed. Here he is. We were laying in bed watching, with my wife, we were watching American Dad. You can see there's Roger on the TV. Anyway, this is my bedroom. There's my bedroom. And this is little Argos up on bed. He's 75 pounds with his big, crazy teeth. And we were cuddling. There he is. There's our beautiful little puppy, our beautiful little big, giant puppy. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. There's a courtesy puppy photo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. We have okay. Now, where did we leave off? Now, I think we were okay. It was Mark Thurman. Thank you, Mark Thurman. Thank you again. Craig Bryant says, "Have a wonderful night, Matt, to you and your family, and likewise back at you, sir." Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Mama M to the third power says, "Please check out Gunslinger Graphics for your merch needs. Tony's a great guy." I'll look into it. Thank you. I'll look into that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Logan Pelfrey says, "Good job, Matt, on 40,000 views." 40,000. When you think about that, that's like an entire stadium. That's like a stadium of people. Oh my gosh. How many people are here right now? 11,000 plus the 2,500 on Rumble. Still, we got 15,000 people here between the two right now. I better not make any mistakes. That would be very embarrassing. Thank you very much. That would be very embarrassing. Sterling Wilson III, one of my favorites. Good to see you, sir. Good evening. He says, "Great job, Matt. Thanks for the broadcast. You keep it entertaining with random moments that crack all of us up. Here's some beer money." I was thinking, yeah, I need a beer. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I could go for a beer. And you know what I like? Okay, this is a test for all of the real members of the Morris Force here. What is the Matt Morris beer of choice? I'm going to let you guys answer the question here. What is the beer of choice? If you're with me at the grocery store, which beer are we buying and bringing home? What is the beer of choice here? I'm going to see if anybody here really knows the answer. Okay, everybody knows. Everybody knows. And the answer is Stella. A nice little Stella. Okay. If you come to my house or if I'm bringing beer to your house, we're having some Stella. Everybody knows. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sterling Wilson. I appreciate that. Garden Gal says, "We don't need moderators. I love blocking trolls and useful idiots. Great job, Matt." Well, you know, maybe it's better if you don't have to do the work, if we could get a moderator to do that work for you. I hate to put it on you like that. Thank you, though. Self-sufficient. You're self-sufficient. Your name is Garden Gal, so of course you're self-sufficient. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can take care of yourself. You don't need no man. You don't need no moderator. You don't need no moderator to solve your problems for you. You are self-sufficient. Thank you very much. Pizza Friday Don says, "John Thune got called out to pass the Save America Act. Now that he's on the hot seat, will he actually bring it to the floor?" He had better. He had better. Thank you. Hope so. He did get called out, John. He did get called out. Stephen Coate. Thank you, Stephen Coate. I appreciate it. You're just making it rain tonight. Good Lord. Thank you very much. He says, "The truth is Obama is a gay man and his wife is a transsexual named Michael, and their children have been adopted." Thank you, Stephen Coate. Thank you for that. Is that true? Maybe. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Elaine Soltis. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Patricia St. Pierre. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. Monte R. Esposito. You guys have some of the just most beautiful poetic names. I'm just Matt Morse. It's very like Matt Morse. It's very barbarian. Monte R. Esposito. Astounding. The Democrats should be called the Skullduggery Party. Maybe so. Thank you. And here's another. Salvatore Signorelli. Where are you guys coming from? Salvatore Signorelli. Where are you getting these names from? How do you guys have such beautiful names? And my name is so guttural. Salvatore Signorelli. He says, "Matt, I looked it up. Al Green's sign stated, 'Black people aren't apes.' What? His sign said, black people aren't, why would he, like, why would it say that? I guess the implication is that Trump thinks black people are apes. I don't think Trump, that's not like something that Trump has ever said, though. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I was trying to figure out what is that in reference to? You know what it might be in reference to is the Obama clip. Remember when Trump like accidentally posted that clip on Truth Social where it showed Barack Obama as a monkey and Michelle Obama as a monkey? Okay, yeah. I was trying to like, what is he talking about? Yeah, it must be the Obama thing, which was, by the way, totally hilarious, which was, can we just say that clip, of course, Trump posted that accidentally and it wasn't racist. Of course it wasn't racist, but at the same time, that was like hilarious. I went back, I watched that like 10 times. I watched the entire video because it showed Hakeem Jeffries as a little like ferret or something. It showed, JB Pritzker as an elephant. It showed them all. It had all of them. Dude, that was hilarious. That was super funny. I'm tired of pretending that wasn't funny. It was funny. It was funny. We can laugh about that. It was hilarious. So Al Green had a meltdown about that? Really? Okay. Yeah, whatever, dude. Okay, whatever, Mr. Green. Whatever, dude. Get a sense of humor, dude. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you for looking that up because we had no idea. Scott S. Oz Mountains. Thank you. I appreciate it. He said, Matt, didn't even look on TV or other internet. I came straight here for the POTUS Trump speech. Keep up the good work from Southwest Missouri. The great state of Missouri. You know what I need to do one of these days? I need to visit every single state in the nation. I've probably visited like 25 of them. How many states have you been to? Out of 50, I've probably been to 25 maybe. I've never been to Missouri. I need to go visit Missouri. Then we can hang out and do something in Missouri. I don't know. We got to do it. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for, I appreciate that. It's very nice. That's very kind. OG Juan Kenobi, OG Wakanobi. Thank you very much. Al Green loses his seat this year. That's right, because he's losing his district, right? Didn't Texas cut out his racially gerrymandered voting district? And also same for Jasmine Crockett. Oh no, all of these radically incompetent DEI politicians are getting kicked out of Congress. Oh no, what are we going to do? We're losing Al Green and Jasmine Crockett at the same time? What are we going to do? I don't know if the country is going to survive without Jasmine Crockett and Al Green. I don't know if the Republic is going to make it. This is a problem. We have Frosties says the sheer lack of community and patriotism from the left has no bounds. Well, here's the thing, like they don't even acknowledge the existence of the country. They're out there chanting and running around, nobody's illegal on stolen land. They don't even acknowledge that we are a country, that we are a sovereign republic, that we are a nation. They reject the notion altogether. So of course they're lacking in the patriotism department. They don't even believe that we're a country. Not surprising, and it's terrible. It's depressing. Thank you, Frosties. You're right. You're absolutely right. Martin D. Turner, thank you, sir. Thank you. Says, it's what I and 77 million Americans voted for. That's right. Don't forget it. Thank you, sir. Good evening. American Freedom Defenders says, maybe Mitch McConnell was the designated survivor. Yeah. Probably shouldn't pick him. Probably shouldn't pick him. Thank you. Thank you very much. Code Eagle 78 says, the sign says that, we got the sign. Thank you for fact checking that again. Thank you for looking that up. That's just the stupidest thing ever. Philip Isabel says, go eat. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Kelly Armstrong, this is a massive $50 super chat from Kelly Armstrong. Says, God bless you. And God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. And God bless you. Thank you. I mean, hey, we still have over 10,000 people on YouTube and 2,500 on Rumble tuning in for the after show here. Thank you guys very much for sticking around. It is midnight on the East Coast. If you're living on the East Coast, you need to go to bed here pretty soon. It's past your bedtime, okay? It's only 9 p.m. for me. If you're on the East Coast, you got to go to bed here. We all need to go to bed. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Scott, again from Scott, says, Scott Smith, but adopted a true last names is Crowder. Want wife's recipe for sweet and sour kraut and potato pancakes. You know, I've been considering making this like buy me a coffee or Patreon thing. And I've had enough people ask for my wife's cooking recipes now because she really is one hell of a cook. Maybe I could put my wife's cooking recipes on a Patreon or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out cool ideas. What I don't know. What do people want? Could I put it on there? Maybe. Maybe. It's not a bad idea. Maybe it's a maybe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Julie Axelrad says 2 Congressional Medals of Honor. I have never seen that happen. God bless USA. God bless the USA. It's a big deal. That was massive. And to a veteran, he was 100 years old. He flew in World War II, Vietnam, and Korea. That's like, dude, what? That's just insane. And he's still alive. He's 100 years old. In Korea, his plane got shot up by a bunch of communists. That's insane. That's crazy. Thank you. Okay. Listen, I'm not missing any of these. Kevin, thank you very much. Kevin, last minute super chat, thank you. Modern Crusade, thank you. Modern Crusade again. Oh, he says, hi, it's me, gluten-free tendies. Oh, hey, good to see you, man. He says, just wanted to say how proud I am of you. Your growth has been amazing. I'm joining the Navy soon, so I won't be watching for much longer. Dude, so this guy, gluten-free tendies here, he's been watching me for 10 years doing other stuff. First off, that's awesome. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. That's awesome. And also good to hear from you. That's great. That's great. I'm very happy for you. That's just awesome, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's great. Brian Ledbetter on Rumble Randy says, now living in Perry, Florida, so satisfied. Left mainstream to watch your analytical presentation. You're a 10 on research and dissertation. That means a lot. I appreciate that a lot. You know, I don't talk too much about the behind the scenes, but I don't know, like generally before I do one of my broadcasts, they're normally about an hour long. I spend probably 4 or 5 hours every day. I spend 4 or 5 hours every day prepping a 1 hour show. 1 hour show, 4 or 5 hours prepping and planning, getting it all together. So Hey, somebody acknowledges it. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Somebody acknowledges the effort that's going into it. Now, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just joking. Thank you very much. What do we have here? Brian Ledbetter. Oh, another one from him. Same guy. This is a massive one, $50. He says, I grew up in Portland, Oregon, Lake Oswego. The natural surroundings have survived the libs. Go Trump. First off, thank you very much. Although because you are from Lake Oswego, obligatorily I have to hate you. I'm not going to say what exact suburb of Portland I spent a lot of time living in, but when I was growing up playing youth sports, middle school and high school, Lake Oswego was always our nemesis. Lake Oswego is where the rich kids lived. The rich kids living in Lake Oswego, and we were always rivals with them. So I appreciate that. I love you, but also I hate you because you're from Lake Oswego. I'm kidding. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really, we were just jealous. The Lake Oswego kids, they always had it good. Thank you very much. Am I missing anything? Am I missing anything? A.G. Righty says, anyone else think an offsite Democrat alerted Dems in the chamber that refusing to applaud was polling poorly? I don't know. Really, it's just a shame that they were behaving like that. It's just pathetic. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a wrap. I got them all. I got them all. We did them all. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you all very, very much. Everyone, thank you all very much for tuning in to today's broadcast. I appreciate it. Trump tonight, President Trump knocked it out of the park. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the community and a part of the show tonight. Just one hell of a show, one hell of a State of the Union. Thank you all for being here. All the super chats, the follows, the supporters, everything. It means a lot. It really means a lot. This is a one-man operation, one-man show. And we are, fact of the matter, this is a one-man operation. It's me and it's you guys. We're going toe-to-toe with like multi-million-dollar broadcasts. You know that, right? We're going toe-to-toe. There are broadcasts. They're doing the same thing we're doing. They've got million-dollar studios. They've got writing teams and production staff members and editors and all of it. Multi-million-dollar operations. And here, it's just us. So I appreciate it, folks. Really, sincerely, I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. And I like to think we're having an impact. I think we're making an impact. I think we are having a positive impact on the direction in which this country is going. Even if it's a marginal impact, even if it's 0.1% of an impact, still, we are helping. I really genuinely believe that. So I'm sincerely very thankful that all of you are a part of this show, a part of this community. Thank you very much. I will see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Western, 2 p.m. Eastern for our regularly scheduled morning show. I'll see you then. Take care until then. God bless. Stay safe. And once more, thank you all very much.